True leaders don't own people. You shouldn't try to be like other people because you couldn't drink the cup they drink. Leaders don't become jealous of other people's positions. And there are some pastors who got that same spirit. Rule or dominate another human is completely ungodly. That's a being from Papua New Guinea. Always want to know who's in charge. Rule or dominate another human is completely ungodly. That includes even a pastor trying to dominate his members. You are not supposed to control your members. They are not your property. You are not to control and own anyone in your company. And so Jesus was living in a colony ruled by people who oppressed and dominated humans. His disciples, which means students, he was trying to change their thinking, just like we're doing today. And one day they were sitting down just like this, and he heard them talking to each other. And they were arguing, which one of us is the greatest? They must have been from Papua New Guinea. Always want to know who's in charge. Fighting over positions. And he said to them, "What are you discussing?" He heard them, and they were so embarrassed. He said, "Are you asking who's the greatest among you?" And the Bible says he called a little child. He says, "Come, baby." And he put a child in the middle of them. He said, "The greatest among you is like a child. A child never desires power." 2 days later, he was sitting, having a meal, and two of his disciples came to him again, and they said, Mom, go and ask him if both of us could become deputy prime ministers when he become king of his kingdom. Forget the other 10. Make sure look out for ourselves, Mom. He listened to a woman. And their mother went to Jesus and said, "Sir, good master, will you make sure that my two boys sit on your right and your left when you come into your kingdom?" And Jesus was shocked. And he said, "Woman, first of all, you don't know what you're asking. You can't ask for leadership positions. He said, secondly, you shouldn't try to be like other people because you couldn't drink the cup they drink. The word cup means price. You couldn't pay the price for their position. Never be jealous of someone because you don't know what it cost them to get where they are. Can you drink the cup they drink? Leaders don't become jealous of other people's positions. And then he said these words. To sit on my right and my left is not mine to give. These places belong to those for whom they have been determined by my Father. That means you can't even pray to Jesus for a position. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. Listen. Don't look at me. This is very important. And then he said these words. You know that the Romans and the Greeks, I'm quoting Matthew chapter 20. You know that the Romans and the Greeks love to lord it over one another and lord it over the people. The word lord means to own something. That's why you call your landlord. It means owner. He says the rulers of this world love to own people like they are property. And there are some pastors who got that same spirit. These are my members. They ain't your members. The Apostle Peter says, pastors, do not lord it over God's flock. The same word Jesus used for the Romans. You don't control people. True leaders don't own people. They set people free to become great. He said, do not lord it over people like the Romans do. And then he says these words, it shall not be like that among you. Because in my kingdom, if you want to be a great leader, you must become the servant of everybody. And that means true leaders serve their gift to everybody. It doesn't mean to become a subservient. It means to serve yourself to your generation, to give your gift to humanity.